Welcome to Cashflow. In this video I'm going to show you how to create purchase invoices. There are three ways to do this within the software. One way is from the front dashboard. In the top right hand side we have a drop down list. If we click this arrow we'll have the option to create a new purchase. The other way to do this is on the left hand side of the screen. We have our purchases module. If we click into here you'll have the option to create a new purchase. And also at the top you can see there's a button to create, which will also do exactly the same process. On the left hand side of the screen we can go into our supplier module. Once we're in our supplier module, if we click into a supplier record, you'll have the option to create a new purchase invoice directly from the supplier record. So what we're going to do today is go to the purchases module on the left hand side. And all I'm going to do is click on the Create a Purchase button. Once we've clicked into this, it's going to generate our first purchase invoice number, which is invoice number 1. You may want to keep it as 1, but if you overtype that, you can type that to whatever number you want, and then the next purchase invoice you create will be sequential from there, so will be number 26. You can then put any supplier reference for the order that you want to put in here, and this will be maybe provided for by your supplier. You can then put the issue date, so the date of the order, which will bring through the due date, which is against the payment terms and conditions that you may have with your supplier. And then all we need to do is click Add Line Item. Once I've clicked on the Add Line Item button, we can see it defaults to my materials purchase code. If I just choose that drop down list, I can then choose from the list of codes within the software depending what I'm going to be generating a purchase invoice for. So let's say this is just materials purchased. I can keep the quantity as 1 and then I can just put the description in here, and then I can add in the rate. Once I've added in the rate, it's going to choose the 20% default VAT rate, and it's going to calculate my VAT automatically for me, and it's going to have the full gross amount within here. If I can also go to the gross amount and type into here, and that will calculate the VAT and calculate the net value on this purchase for me as well. I can also add additional lines to this, and then I can again just type in another code and then type in a value, and that's going to calculate, and I can add as many lines as I want to this, and once I'm happy with that I can just click save in the top right hand side of the screen. Once I've saved that purchase invoice is now saved in the system. You can see the status is unpaid. It's got £1,300 still due, and we have the option to print that off as a PDF, and we can also email that straight to the supplier. And if we click on email, we can type in the supplier's email address, and we can type in a subject within this template here as well, and it just attaches that purchase order as a simple PDF document with my logo on it. And that's how easy it is to create purchase invoices in the software. If we want to create more, we can just go back to the purchases screen on the left hand side, and we'll see all of our purchase invoices listed in here and the status of all of those, and I can just go and create a new purchase invoice from here. If I actually drill into an existing purchase invoice I've created, I also have the option to copy this. So if you're ordering a lot of similar products from your suppliers, you can just click copy, and I want to copy that to a new purchase, and it's basically going to replicate the purchase invoice we just done, and then I can just go and put in a new date, and I can save that, and that's going to create purchase invoice number 26 for me. So now when I go through to purchases on the left hand side, all of those are going to be listed within the software. If you go to the supplier record on the left hand side and drill in, I can actually go to purchases and stats within the supplier record, and I can see those two purchase invoice listed in here. And we can see when the first purchase was generated, when the last one was generated, the total amount billed, and how much is due for each supplier. And that's how easy it is to generate purchase invoices within Cashflow.